Okay, we're live. I mean, this is Agilebot and not Project Scope, but whatever. So, yes, go ahead, Michael. You've got
So
it running locally.
I got it running locally hooked up to Redis.
Uh-huh.
So the thing is, if we can, this is actually an interesting article. I should post this.
Mm-hmm.
Some student writing about in his co-op program
Mm-hmm.
company,
Mm-hmm.
his experiences of debugging something that he couldn't reproduce locally.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's that tool, I forget what it's called,
Postman.
right? There's a
Yes.
tool in the browser that lets us do that.
Right. Indeed, there is Postman. I've got it installed locally. Yes.
Yeah, I think I have it too. How would I start that?
I think if you search for it and go to the plugin there, if you already have it, it will allow you to open it. So if you go to the extension for it, like Postman or whatever. I mean, the other alternative is to hit that endpoint from the TwoBot endpoint. But yeah, no, the post is a better. It's a cramp in my leg. Oh, good God.
Developer tools. Installing. Postman. What? Let's go straight to that. Okay. So.
Yeah, you can then put your URL in and whatever.
Now the URL is going to be, I'm not quite sure right offhand what it would be. Localhost something, right?
Presumably. Oh, my leg has gone absolutely nuts.
Let me go back here to print out what port it's on. Oh.
Okay, Agilebot.
Is it in the bin? Bots.
Running it locally here.
Bots. Ports. Local. Someone knows what it is. Right.
Defaults to 8080?
What? 8080?
Is what it apparently defaults to.
We'll try that, I guess.
I'm getting a response that makes it look like that's what it is. Yeah.
Launch the app. Okay. So I'm going to launch the app.
Mm-hmm.
Launching. Launch. Oh, God. Your side, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the app's launched for me. I mean, the irritating thing here, I guess, will be the fact that we will need to construct the elements of the post. But so presumably the hit we will do is like this. Okay, yeah, so it hits it. No, I guess I could just check in the Agilebot. This is the local Agilebot running locally. It's not dumping any log data there, but I mean, and I have a feeling that we have this set up so that it just, yeah, there you go, 2 or 4 no content. I mean, that's what it's set to return. It's not very helpful for debugging purposes. But so then, oh, right. That's not what I want in there. So form data. So then I guess you need to kind of infer what data needs to come in.
Where are 404 not found? Okay. Understood.
404 not. Oh,
I was posting 8080.
Right.
But
Yeah. That's what I was getting.
like that, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So I think that's what we're returning at the moment.
and now we need to.
So now we need to set certain things, like for example, type equal to Scrum.
Type Scrum.
I mean, there's like host name, host avatar. Whether it needs all of these, I don't know. It'll blow up in different places. I mean, I guess the interesting thing, I'm just going to shut down my bot and check that posting to it doesn't get a response. So it seems to be hitting my bot endpoint, although hitting it doesn't seem to generate a log entry. Are you seeing log entries when you're?
No.
What would be nice would be to have a live instance of what an actual hit looks like. I mean, we can kind of infer that from the website one Slack bot service, which, we'll post a title, a link, a type, and these things. So it wants so link one, need a title, woo, host name,
Title link. What else?
host name, host avatar, and then a project, which is a slug. So, for example, CS169, let's say. Oh, let's have it as local support. Okay, send. There's 4. That was sent. I still don't see any. Don't see anything on the log there. Yeah, I mean, I think
204 no content.
Yeah, and that would be, what's the word?
Successfully processed the request, but is not returning any content.
Well, and if we look at our script, we explicitly choose to do that here with this right head 204 content length there.
Now, are we getting hits locally?
Well, I'm not seeing anything in any of the Slack instances.
No. So now we can start using the debugger at some point.
Yes, my first inclination was just to have adjust the empty response to write back the incoming message to check that it's. But yeah, but yes, but yeah, that's kind of redundant. Like if we can get the debugger working, that's certainly it'd be interesting to see if. I mean, you had some instructions here about how to get set up with the debugger.
So we might have to change a little bit.
Right. Right. I guess is that. I thought I merged that in. Am I on staging or master, or what am I on here? I'm on staging. I don't see any change to the README.
What?
I thought that you added a section after I have this stuff about the live end. I thought you added in a pull request like some additional stuff in the README.
It is in the stage.
Yeah, I'm not seeing. Maybe I haven't pulled it out yet. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I just didn't update it. Okay. So when you have this like run script here, is that had these be replaced with the word test or what have you? Or
what do you mean?
well, like npm run script debug. Oh, you've got a debug thing in the
so
packages.
anything. So the way that it works, like you can run npm test. But there's
yeah,
certain things that will run that way.
Oh, okay.
Run script or whatever.
Okay. Okay. So we're set up here where
tests, so we could set it up.
Right, but that will run Node rather than running Hubot.
Right, but presumably Hubot is just Node underneath somehow.
We can have a look at the bin.
Hubot.
Yeah, so it does npm install here. It exports them into the path. It does exec node modules .bin Hubot. And then, okay, so that looks like, yeah, that's CoffeeScript.
This is user bin environment coffee. So probably coffee has a debugger. Coffee scripts. So it's using coffee. Coffee. Let me type coffee. Okay, so that's my local coffee scripts. Coffee -- help display this help message. Coffee debug. Coffee -- debug. Coffee coffee script module. Let's try something. may not work at all. Wow, really? Are you seeing anything?
Well,
Sure.
I found there's like a way to get stuff printed to the log.
Okay.
Did you were trying to like get it to run the debug thing there?
But
I mean, I saw. Yeah, I mean that there's. I mean, I looked at a few things about who got debug. There was something about a minus CMW switch. What was the one? What was the change that you were trying to?
I wasn't looking specifically for Huba, but maybe that's the.
There's a gist here from 4 years ago talking about using Node Inspector. I mean, using the logging thing, it's getting to the point of trying to send Slack messages.
Oh God. There's some use. Just shut down. I had to forcefully shut down.
The debugger.
Yeah. So how do I make it relinquish a port?
You would need to identify the process number that's running on that port, and there's a Unix command for that, I think. Identify process running on ports. I'll put OSX. And so I think, right, are you on El Capitan or you're on an older one?
The one before it.
There's, I'll put it in the chat here. There's a message saying it's like you can grep netstat for the port number. What was it, 5858 or something?
Oh. TCP 46, it says.
Huh.
Listening.
Yeah, now usually what we would like to get
is a process number, right?
Is a process number, but it's not. You could try this LSOF, the one that I think this supposedly works for El Capitan. This is also if your netstat doesn't support -p.
Dude.
There you go. So you've got a process ID there, so you could
147. So I just
you kill that. Just type kill space that number.
No, it's still saying it's in use.
Yeah, well, it may be that what's happening there is it's spinning up two things on the same port. I mean, it may also not have killed it. I mean, you could try there, like that simple kill. If it was a resilient process, it may not have killed it. So I do LSOF thing again.
Yeah.
So it's not dead. So if you do kill -9, so you got -9 space and then the number.
And what's that do?
That's more forceful. Now run the LSOS. It's a more forceful way of killing things.
It doesn't give it time to do it.
It doesn't like say, die when you're ready. It says like die now.
But we're getting that same issue.
The same issue?
I mean, you can see what I see, right? I mean,
yeah, you've gone to like the 5858 port, and you're getting that output.
Right, yeah.
But
Isn't very useful.
Yeah, I mean that may be all set up for debugging a node app thing. I mean, having run it like that, I mean that's the place for. Well, do you want to? Would the thing to be put debugger at some point in the thing and then try and hit the script and see if it then caught on it?
Right. And I can put. I'm not sure if it's gonna. Which one should it go in?
It should go into the Whobot Hangouts notify.
So it should go in here, right?
Right.
I'm not sure if this is going to work.
No, I mean, I guess you've done bin debug, and so that's a debug version of the whobot thing. So it's kind of gone to that thing.
No, I've done it. Like I've written that.
Yeah, right.
So let me go back to bot. Seven four 78. Nope.
But so the debug script that you've got is trying to run the whole whobot?
It just failed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's trying to run the whobot, but it just failed saying, "Oh, unable to load." Maybe I need to do source.
Oh, there you go. So then you've got Postman somewhere?
So what should I do? Have open?
I think just hit send. Like I wouldn't go to an endpoint in the. Well, I mean, you could go there. I don't know that that's necessary. I mean, you could just try hit send there.
Loading.
And see, it's hanging. So go back to the terminal window.
No, I mean, it's not going to do that.
It's not going to put it there. Well, then, yeah, now go to localhost 5858. You could try and see if you're in that environment. You could type in arguments at that point.
It doesn't work.
Or at least we're not.
I'm not sure what this is supposed to do. Honestly, I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been in the process of debugging JavaScript things. There are often endpoints that that the debugger itself is supposed to connect to, and so I think there's like maybe another thing that needs to be like you need to like run Node Inspector and connect to that endpoint to get the.
How would I do that? You know?
Well, assuming that you'd installed Node Inspector, you know. It cannot start the server. Yeah, but I'm not sure. I mean, go on.
8080 is already in use because that's our app.
Yeah, and the way what it seems like what Node Inspector is in. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Node Inspector is a debugger interface for. There we go. It's supposed to be started with node-debug. The node debug command will load Node Inspector in your default browser. So presumably you were following some instructions from somewhere about...
They had mentioned Node Inspector. I wasn't quite sure, but yeah.
So there's this thing about like, there's like hyphen debug port. So 5858 is the, like it feels like if the right kind of thing could connect to that port. There's a thing here that's sort of saying
Go on.
that if you open this, to get to the debugger interface, you try going to this location.
Which location?
So it's going to 8080, but you pass it like the port thing.
Okay.
I don't know. That just a guess.
No.
Or at least it's not immediately.
Not really. It's not saying it's waiting. I think because it's already stuck.
Right. So maybe restart the server.
Oh, I hate this.
Oh, it won't let you shut down with Control C?
No.
Huh. Control X C
Control X.
and then
C.
Control C.
Control X C. No.
No. Control X, Control C. No. Okay. Yeah, so I guess that's got really locked.
There we go. It was like locking out all input from the terminal.
Hmm.
So what should I do now? Just
Yeah, well, I guess we'll run it, the bin debug,
then go here.
then go to the localhost port thing and see if it.
Not
No.
get
No.
port.
Yeah. I mean, that's, again, this stuff that we're looking at is specific to debugging Node apps, but not Whobot. So can I just see the contents of the debug file that you created? So it's right. So it's executing CoffeeScript with a Node.js flag and a debug flag. Right. Hmm. Oh, okay. So this is the thing that I was looking at. Sorry, I'm off screen, but it's just talking about. That's not helping.
There's a lot of stuff to read.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I don't know. I would say that this is maybe, if this doesn't work, I would give up. But sorry, it's not on my screen. It's just this. Oh, and this person saying this doesn't actually work for me. I mean, there's a thing. Basically, it says that we need to have Node Inspector running in the background,
Okay.
and then we run like the app with the minus debug flag, and then we're going to go to 8080. But so this would imply that we need to run either Node Inspector. I think both Node Inspector and Whobot are by default running on the same port. So,
all right. So hold on 1 second.
Sure.
I just killed that off. Now what do I do?
Well, I guess what we're trying to do, node-inspector help and check how we can tell Node Inspector to run on a different port. It hasn't. It's automatically started. Yeah. So Control C that. Just you do man Node Inspector minus help. Wait, what? Find some. There we go. There we go. So minus D. No, that's the debug port. We want the web host, and then there's a web port. So minus P. Not surprising. Yeah. So you could do Node Inspector minus P space 8081. 8081, and then do a and symbol, like space, and then do the ampersand symbol. So which is going to force it to run in the background. So yeah, just hit return. Yeah. So that's going to run in the background. And so now
But now it's kind of blocked me here on this terminal.
Hit return again.
Oh.
You're not blocked. It's just it didn't print out the new line after it did the thing. So the Node Inspector is running in the background. There. So now go to your other window and start our app, which will run on, 8080. So if that's running, so then we go into Chrome and localhost 8081 But don't hit the post yet. And yeah, so we want to go to just like a normal web browser, not Postman. So here we want to go like localhost 8081, and then slash, and then so yeah, that like that, and then slash, and then debug question mark port equals 5858, and hit return. Yeah. So block or allow. Allow is probably safer. Okay. So maybe it's not gonna work, but then you would hit Postman. So we've got the node inspector running.
So I would send.
Yeah.
Caught. Yay.
So.
Yay.
Yay. Yay.
We have debugging.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to document all that?
I sure do. I was following some instructions here, so I can So the interesting thing there, can you just view you've got the watch expressions on the extreme top right of that? You can just type, if you click the plus and type in rec.body and hit return. So there's an object that you should be able to expand upon.
WebSocket closed.
Oh, okay. You could maybe kill it and yeah. So, well, it was nice while it lasted. I mean, that may be that there's like Hubot has got like a timeout on how long it'll be before.
I can send it again.
Yeah, I mean, we may find that. I think the thing to look at is the terminal to see if it may be that one or other of the different things in the terminal has crashed.
Yes, it has. I just got something.
Yeah.
Naughty.
So that looks like the node inspector itself ended.
Wonder why that is.
Well, I don't know. My guess would be that the Hubot has it's handling web requests, right? So it may shut down the WebSocket, if it takes longer than a certain amount of time.
Right.
Which is gonna. I mean, we may then be able to offset that if we can find the Hubot setting and tell it to leave the connection open. Whether the Hubot itself also needs restarting there is another matter. I mean, I would be tempted to type return a couple of times in the Hubot window just to see if it's hanging or not.
Sure. No, it's not. We didn't get an update though, so it feels like something's broken.
Well, my guess would be that the Hubot is broken. That after that sort of failure that we had, the Hubot, it's got if you hit return again, the Hubot prompt is responsive.
That's the annoying thing. That's like the annoying. That's no. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they may all need to be restarted.
Okay, well, let's
yeah.
not get
No.
So I don't feel like that's.
Well, it's yeah. I mean, that's been my experience generally with JavaScript debugging. Specifically with Node, or with sort of layers of it. I'd certainly be interested if you want to check that debug script in on the branch,
Yeah, I guess. You want to drive?
Sure. Yeah, I was just going to look up if there is a quick, like, Whobot web, what would we call it, timeouts. I wonder if there's a...
Just kind of aware of the time now because it's getting later.
Sure.
And then we have the scrum coming up, like we always have a scrum coming up.
Indeed we do, and I know how much you love the scrums. I wonder... Like, presumably, Whobot itself, that's the node one, because it's interesting, because we've got a Whobot, I was saying before, we've got like a Whobot directory which has its own subdirectory of node modules. There's like Whobot scripts. I mean, is there some kind of Whobot config? I mean, that's docs there. Whobot, there's a Whobot config package. Series, there's a Whobot help. Yeah, I mean, presumably there's some kind of timeout in there somewhere. I mean, I guess that's something to look at separately. I mean, where I'd got to with the logging messages is when I'm using Postman, it's hitting the send Slack message.
Okay.
And it's coming back with channel names. I mean, what I've got set up here is at the point before doing the request post operation. I guess I could also have then a question to try and find out what have we got here. So we do this post, and then this is what we do. That's the response that we're getting from. So in principle, if I add this and I stick the body in, maybe the body will be a string actually anyway. So I have to kill that and restart it, which is slow. Go back to anyway, this was the place that kind of gave me the effective solution for that partial success in the debugging. Postman, where's my Postman gone? Here it is. Send that. Okay, so we're getting channel not found for this specific request. So I guess what I would sensibly do there is go and find what we have set as the general channel in, I guess, that's funny. Okay, so no, is it expecting the incoming channel is being looked up against the, why is it? The request coming into, yeah, no, that channel is not being found. Fair enough. It's trying to, if this is a pair programming thing, it's trying to send a Slack message to presumably channels general. Okay. So now I've got this set up to run in staging. It's running live end staging. So we can dump the channels thing here. Are the commas, sorry, not the commas, are the parentheses optional in CoffeeScript?
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, is that doing, right, it's trying to send those two things. That sort of seems like it's, do that. So it's coming in here. This is the set of things it's working from. Right, so local support doesn't, I'm sending the Slack message. That's the, so it's trying to find stand-up notifications, and it's saying that that doesn't exist. I guess, well, I'm sending for a Scrum. Stand up. So we get, but basically, it's saying in both cases that the channel is not found. And it's trying to send them to general and to stand-up notifications, which is perfectly reasonable.
But what happened?
It didn't find those things. So I'm going to go here in Agile Ventures Premium to then do the channels list from here again. I've got this on the other screen. Can I test the method? So the Agile bot channel, this is the Agile bot is this one that I've called it general, but that is according to my Slack interface here. This is actually the Agile bot channel on Agile Ventures Premium. I've also got the Agile Ventures Premium Slack key in there. If I go and look at, we'll just do this off screen. If we look at the .nvarc, the Slack API token endpoint that we have does not correspond to that. Okay. So
sending it to the wrong.
That seems like it's sending it to the wrong Slack instance.
Source it.
Yeah, so I've changed that. Assuming that it uses, because there's a Hubot Slack token, which I assume we don't use, and there's a Slack API token. So I rerun this, and then I hit this. Okay, there we go.
There we go. So it was all config.
Yeah. And that's hitting.
I filed a ticket, get set up with debugging for development around a full app.
Mm-hmm.
And I put that gist that you put.
Oh, cool. Good show. So that's odd. What that implies is so where's my Heroku instance gone? If we go, that's website on develop. I thought I had. I'll close that. What have I done? Here we go. So that makes it look like the AgileBot staging. Oh, that's funny. That looks like the right one. No. That looks like the staging token was okay. If I save the changes on the server there for AgileBot staging,
restart it.
Yeah, I think I noticed that it actually auto restarts when I have the. This is my local one. This is the. Like, I think it's just gone through. Is that the time now? It is, yes. I think it's auto restarting it. So then in principle, we could go to website 1 where I have here, we can connect to the staging instance again. We can okay. Hit that there. Yeah.
There we go.
That works. So that implies that, assuming that we have the configuration correct, we could take staging and put it into production.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. And we can see it's not thrashing, which is good. And then over here, so and the main and basically the change that we've created is now this production versus staging setup.
Right.
So I guess since we're all in the mode for it, it would make sense to deploy that, wouldn't it? And then, you know, for this next
Scrum, see that it works.
See that it works, and then that would put us in a stronger position to say
we have victory.
To have victory, and then at least following that we could add other project slugs. So Met Plus does have one in there. You know, these could be updated to make sure that they as a first level of trying to make some kind of change that the user would experience. Well, I think what I'm tempted to do there is force push the staging onto master so that we can, you know, the master branch can be rolled back to relatively easily. We still have, so if I do git push, so what do I have? Git remote -v. So we have git push production staging. That may, I guess, conceivably that would work if there aren't. I may just, we'll try that. Oh no, it won't work because it's not the master. Oh, oops, really?
No, they have to do staging :master.
Oh yeah, that's what I was.
That's
what I was thinking. I didn't see the
with a force
error. Well, I'm wondering if we do, because it's got staging at the moment has got it's only got commits on top of master. So I think it's not.
Maybe not force flag. Yeah.
I think in this particular, often we would have to, but in this particular case,
if we roll back, we'll have to force it.
Yeah, if to put
something died.
It says, warning, possible event emitter memory leak detected. 11 error listeners added. Use emitter dot set max listeners to increase limit. But it's carried on doing the deploy. That's interesting. I'll just take a copy of that. I wonder if that was just something that we've generally seen. If it's always been there and we've missed just because we weren't paying as much attention to the deploy as we might have been. I really hate for some reason that when I've got this full screened here, I can go faster. Okay, here we go. That's okay. So if we go in here, bot issues, new issue, error, and deploy. So, it's like, I thought it was a warning. Oh, no, they're all just, are they all warnings? Right, they're not, right. They're warnings. It's actually, so it's a warning. Okay. Okay. Well, we're now close enough to the scrum that we could start the scrum. I guess sensibly, I'll just see what the production. I guess there's also, we need to set the live env correctly. It's not crashing. Azure bot settings. Oh, right, no, well, I've already got the live env in there. Okay, so in principle that would work.
All right.
I'm half tempted to see if I start the scrum in another window. I've been having trouble with the scrum in. I might just do it in. I think Chrome's not picking up my audio, but I might just start it there and also switch back over to. So Kemp Beck Scrum. Let's try starting that.
Worked.
Awesome.
Hand up notification.
Which is what we were expecting.
Should we go over there?
If you want, no rush. I mean, I guess I was just gonna, because I think, like you see, there's no green dots on this. I need to reboot Chrome before it'll pick up my audio. I mean, I'll switch from this one. But yeah, if I'm just gonna look at those. Sound notification, yes. Come into general, yes. Yeah, I guess there's nothing else to say here that wouldn't more valuably perhaps be said in the scrum. So I guess I will see you there.
Bye.